Thank you very much, Madam Chairwoman. If there's one number that I want us to remember today, it's 97. That is how many times more Americans died from synthetic opioids in 2021 than in 1999. This is a 5-alarm fire, but the fire has been burning for years, and it really started raging during the last decade, and Chinese-based money laundering organizations have fueled it. Plain and simple, these organizations are making it easier for drug cartels to do business. They are processing illegal money flows quicker and cheaper for the cartels, and the cartels are getting richer and richer selling deadly synthetic opioids. And let's not forget, it's not just money launderers. China-based suppliers have been providing the raw materials for synthetic opioids for years. Republican or Democrat, there should be no question that China-based suppliers and money launderers are a big part of the opioid crisis and that more must be done to stop them. But if there's one thing I've learned about tackling the issues that matter here in Congress, you rarely get to boil it down to one problem, one attack line, or one easy fix. And that's especially true when it comes to issues involving multiple countries. You think it's hard to get Democrats and Republicans to agree on regulations? Try getting the Chinese Communist Party to come to the table with the U.S. to regulate China-based fentanyl suppliers and money laundering organizations. It's especially hard when we're still resetting the relationship with China after the last administration. This administration has the task of undoing the tension with China just enough to get China to work jointly on this problem. However difficult, this task could not be more important. At the end of the day, the Chinese Communist Party needs to recognize and own its role in failing to stop a crisis that is claiming too many lives. The best tools the United States and China have to address these issues are the ones that we unlock cooperatively. But we also need to be prepared to act alone, especially if the Chinese Communist Party doesn't or won't do its part, and that means sanctions. On April 14th, the Treasury Department imposed sanctions on 2 entities and 5 individuals based in China who are responsible for supplying chemicals to produce fentanyl for U.S. markets. I'm all about holding powerful people accountable, and penalizing big fentanyl suppliers is certainly a step in the right direction. But just like any problem that builds over the course of decades, one set of sanctions is not going to fix the problem. Not even one type of solution is going to fix the problem. To end the opioid epidemic, we have to be just as serious about expanding access to drug treatment resources as we are about cracking down on drug traffickers. The opioid crisis is a complex, multifaceted problem, and it's going to require collaboration across government agencies and across party lines. With that challenging road ahead, we simply can't afford distractions. Unfortunately, at the same time that Republicans announced this very important hearing, they also tossed in a big distraction that they like to call the Biden border crisis. As badly as we need immigration reform and have for years, this issue is not about immigration. At the end of the day, cracking down on an illegal drug market is primarily an economic issue. That's why we're talking about it in the Healthcare and Financial Services Subcommittee. Believe me, I'll be at the front of the line anytime we need to tell our government to do more on an issue. But let's not misidentify the problem. This issue has been decades in the making, and the buck doesn't stop with any one person for years and years of increasing fentanyl deaths. We all have to commit to doing more. If we avoid political finger-pointing, and I'm proud that the chairwoman and I have a history of doing exactly that, I'm hopeful that this hearing will be a step toward finding solutions. I yield back.